guys, it's Jessica from Me All The Books, and today I'm here with my February TBR. I am so excited for my reading plans in February. I've read so many good books in January and I'm excited to read more. I have a couple book clubs, I have a lot of book clubs actually, and a read along, so I will go ahead and get to everything I want to read this month. I cannot believe we're already a month into 2023, but the first one I have is for my Fall-In Book Club, which is my Patreon book club. We read a book a month and have an author guest on the live show, and this month's author guest is QB Tyler, and we are reading Saint by Sarah Simone. I'm so excited to read this because Sinner is one of QB's favorite books of all time, so I was like, we have to read the next one. She has not read it yet, and our live show is February 15th, so if you are a member of my Patreon, you will have access to that. I've heard the audiobooks are really good, so I'm gonna reread the first half of Sinner and listen to the rest on audio because I never finished that book, and then get to Saint. I'm so excited. The live show is on February 13th, I believe. It is a Monday, and I'm so excited to talk to her and have her on my channel. She's just one of the best people I know, and I love her books, and I'm excited to see what she thinks of this one. All I know is these are all very taboo romances. I don't know much more about this. I'm pretty sure this one's MM, and oh, his older brother's best friend. I cannot wait. It's a Bell brother. We love them. This is gonna be good. Then for historical Hellions, we are reading Vivid by Beverly Jenkins. I think that Night Song was one of our first books we did together, so I'm very excited to read another one. This, I don't even remember what this one is about. So she is a doctor, and she's offered a practice in the small town in Michigan, and there are many objections from the community's handsome, mule-stubborn mayor, Nate Grayson. So he expected a male doctor to be coming, and he was shocked to find this female doctor who is fierce and fiery. So I love Beverly Jenkins heroines. I especially love her older books, so I cannot wait to read this for historical Hellions. The live show is gonna be on my channel this month, I think, so follow us on Instagram for updates on that. And then I do have a read along I'm taking a part of. I'm pretty sure it is 2 books this month and then 2 books in March, and that is going to be the Acotar read along. I actually got the new hardcovers during the Barnes & Noble sale because I have the original hardcovers and I don't want to touch those. I don't want to write in them or anything, but I want to annotate this time around. So we are reading these 2 in the month of February, and I'm super excited. I will leave a link to the post down below with all the information so you can see the live show dates. I'm hosting with a bunch of friends here on BookTube, so very excited. I have not read, I think I've only read A Court of Thorns and Roses once, maybe twice before Acotar came out, but that's the only time I've reread these. So, and that's when I was living in my apartment. That was like 6 years ago since I've read this series. So I'm very excited to get back in this world and reread the beginning to see what I feel about them. I'm excited. And these covers are growing on me. I hated them when they first came out, but I kind of like them now. So I have my stack of physical books here, and then I'm going to get into some ebooks and audiobooks I have. So the first one is an ARC. It is The Counterfeit Scoundrel by Lorraine Heath. This one is Lorraine Heath's new release coming out in February, and I do have an ARC of it. This one, she is like spies for people, and she is posing as a maid in someone's house because she's trying to find people who are not faithful in their marriage, and she thinks that this guy is cheating with this woman, but really his job is to like save women from bad marriages. So then they team up for something. I'm very excited for this one. I love Lorraine's books. Her last release was not my favorite, so hopefully I really love this one. And then I have a new historical release I'm very, very excited about that I pre-ordered, and that is Never Cross a Highlander by Lisa Rain. This one was like, I think hard for me to understand. I think there's a lot of travel in it. So she was captured, and now she wants to reunite with her clan, but it says her plans are completely destroyed when an infamous Highland warrior has plans of his own. So he has a reputation that's followed him. He has a secret double life freeing captives, and this says that he kidnaps her by accident, and now he's in a predicament, and now they have to like travel across the Highlands together. So this one I pre-ordered like a year ago from Barnes & Noble when they were having a pre-order sale, and it finally came out. So it is long, but I'm very excited to read it. I love a good Highlander romance, so that should be good. And then I have just a bunch of books I want to read. So we have Catching Caden by Samantha Christie. I've been meaning to read this since I met her at Book Bonanza. This one, he's a baseball player, and she, I think, was a model, and he hits her in the face with a baseball on accident, and then their romance goes from there. So Hopefully that's not too emotional. I do have Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I feel like I've put this on like every TBR, but I need to get to this. I read the first book in her duet that just came out, and I plan on reading the second one later this month. I'm filming this like a week early, so I still have a week left of January. I plan on getting to that, and then I really want to read Lotus, because Lotus is about the boy who was kidnapped for most of his life and then falls in love, I think, from someone from his childhood. I don't know, but I need to read more of her books, especially the darker emotional ones, and I think this one isn't as dark, but I think it's super emotional, and I'm really excited to read it. I also have In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. I've had a lot of people recommending this author to me lately, and this was in Hello Lovely, so I'm very excited to see what it's about and if I like this author. I do know that Pauline from the Books I've Loved has been recommending this a lot lately. So it says that her step-grandmother died and left her a tulip farm under two conditions. She had to move home to Rhode Island, and oh, it's a small town romance, and she must get married within a year. So marriage is the last thing she wants, and Noah has loved her since high school, and he never told her. He was too shy, and she was like the popular girl, and now he's a single dad to his niece, and he has to run his family business, but his crush comes back. This sounds so good. Oh my gosh, this sounds so good. I need to read this and hopefully find a new author that I love, because I want to read new to me authors this year. I also have For Lucy by Julie Ann. I think this is just a marriage in trouble romance, or like they were married and are not together anymore. So many of my friends loved this last year. I really wanted to do a reading BookTuber's Favorite Books of 2022 video, but I like don't have any time. My reading is so stressful right now, especially at the end of the month, so I might get to that at the beginning of the month, but I also want to do my BookTube bestie vlog for Cheyenne, because she picked books out for me, so I don't know if we'll get to that, but this would have been on it, but I'm gonna make this happen in February. I also have a Why Choose series that I actually found on audio. So the author sent me this series, and I don't remember what it's called, the Shifting Fate series. So Spark of Fate I actually started on audio today, and they're pretty short. They're like just over 200 pages, and so far she lost her sister in a car accident, so she's starting at a new school, and it's supposed to be Why Choose. So she has this like electrical connection with them. Like anytime she touches them, she like feels like a literal spark, and they've been a little sneaky talking about her like she's important, but like they don't know how to tell her. So I am excited to see where this goes. I think also this has to do with paranormal creatures. I don't know specifically what they are yet. I don't think these say it, but I'm excited to continue on. I read the first book in this author's other series and I really enjoyed it, and I want to get to reading those physically, but I have these on audio, so I'm gonna fly through this series first, and I do like the narrator, so hopefully I enjoy this Why Choose paranormal romance from another new to me author that hopefully becomes a favorite. And then I have Wild by Macaulay Smeltzer. I meant to read this in January, but like I said, my reading schedule is just insane this last week. I have a bunch of book clubs and a read along, so I need to push this off, so I'm definitely gonna read it in February though. It is her rockstar romance. I believe he falls for their producer's daughter and like puts the band in jeopardy, so I'm excited for another Macaulay one. Give Me All the Angst. I also have Abby Jimenez's new book, and I figured I might as well read it now because this comes out in April, but I loved Part of Your World. Abby Jimenez has been hit or miss for me, but Part of Your World is a 5-star read. I loved it, so I'm excited for her new one. This one is a novel of terrible first impressions, hilarious second chances, and the joy of finding your perfect match. So her divorce just got finalized. Her brother needs a kidney donor, and she wants a promotion, but there's a new man doctor, and he's annoying. And then he sends her a letter that shows that he's actually a really funny guy and he's likable, and they start exchanging letters and sharing lunch dates, and I think they fall in love. That's so cute. Oh, and he decides to give her brother his kidney. So it just sounds like a really cute friends to lovers romance. And there's a dog on the cover. I'm excited to try this out. And then I have a lot on my Kindle that I really want to read because I just recently made my KU TBR, and I'm like, I literally need to read all of these. So I do want to read a bunch of hockey romances actually. So I have Offside by Avery Keelan. I think this one, she falls for her ex's rival in hockey, so that sounds really good. I have Up in the Air by Rebecca Sharp. Rebecca Sharp's going to be at a couple signings I'm going to this year, and this one is a snowboarding romance, and the heroine takes the place of her twin brother at the X Games, I think it's X Games, in order to compete, and falls for a competitor. So they both are snowboarders. It sounds so good. I Iced Out by C.E. Ritchie, which I've seen so many people loving. This one's an MM Rivals hockey romance, which I am obsessed with that idea, so I cannot wait to read it. I have The Badge by Lena Hendricks. I really wanted to get to this last month, but I didn't, and Lena Hendricks is going to be at a signing I'm going to, so this one, I think there's like a special place where people go as like witness protection, and one of the like FBI agents falls in love with someone wanting to get protected. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is about. And then I do on audio have a couple books on Audible that I really need to get to that I've had for a while. So one of them is Claire Kingsley. This is the book 2 in the series, but it's technically like just a continuation of book 1. Book 1 was really just the prologue book of how they broke up and like were separated. And then this one I think is a second chance romance, so I'm really excited. It's called Fighting for Us. I think I'm gonna really like that one, so I've been putting it off on audio though because I want to love it, but I'm scared I might not, so I really want to. And I also have Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowles I want to reread. I love the series so much, and book 1 of her new series is coming out soon. It makes me want to reread her books, so I might just listen to audio since I never did listen to that audio. And I also have Shelter in Place by Nora Roberts. I was recommended this. I have heard it's not as romancy though. I want to read The Witness because that's more romance, but this says that there was a shooting at a movie theater. Then it follows the 3 teenagers who survived, and then it shows them years later, and someone is going after the survivors. So I think we'll see how that one goes. I'm excited. I also definitely want to try The Witness. I haven't bought it yet. I need to buy this. Oh my gosh, it is 16 hours long. This one I've heard the best things about. I do want to try out more Nora. That's why I'm excited for this one. So I do have it physically, but I might get on audio if I can't fit it into my physical reading schedule. So this says that she had a night of letting loose, and some man seduced her to a house on Lakeshore Drive, and now 12 years later she has a different name and she lives alone, and she's a freelance security systems designer. She has a dog. I don't know what happened. So, and then she has a romance with someone. So I just have heard really good things about this one. That's why it's on my radar and on my TBR. And then I don't think I have any others that I'm dying to read. Those are the books that I'm most excited to read for the month. Let me know what you're excited to read in February. I would love to hear, and what you're excited for me to read, let me know. That's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.